Buddy, Karyn Bryant here. Today I've got kicking back with me, Bryan Battle, victorious. First and foremost, congratulations, sir. Yet another
Thank you so
win.
much. Thank you so much. Nah, that was a tough fight, hard fought win. Randy Brown was a great fighter. You know what I mean? I have to give him all the credit. Uh, I learned a lot in there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy to take those lessons and get better and keep on climbing the ranks.
Well, let's talk about some of those lessons. First and foremost, we got to get into the fact that you didn't make weight on this one. After the fight, you told Joe it was partly due to the quick turnaround, right, of fighting this close to each other at 170. So what happened?
It's like a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? But I think the biggest part of it is like I said, it was a faster turnaround. And I was like, I'm used to fast turnarounds. But like I said before, it's like, faster turnaround at 85 is different than a faster turnaround at 170.
Yep.
And there's just like uh there is part of me where it's like I just don't lose weight the same way I used to.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's just like I have to make some just everyday life adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just get as big as what I'm saying as I
Hmm.
normally do out of camp. It's like I just have to like stay smaller just year round so that it's just easier to make the weight.
Well, and people should remember, I mean, when you were on The Ultimate Fighter, that was middleweight, right? So that was kind of what I was thinking when you said that too. And I've heard that from other people who have gone from bigger weight classes down to smaller weight classes. And yes, the turnaround is harder for them. So that is definitely legitimate. I've heard that before. And that was what I was thinking. I was like, you guys remember he was a middleweight though. And I know what you mean. Like your body probably has a natural tendency.
Yeah, it's like because there's normally like a big gap between
Uh-huh.
fights. You know what I'm saying? So this once again like at welterweight, it's just something I hadn't had done before. So there's just like
Yeah.
it was just like I had to learn some lessons in this, and this is what I told people. I thought I just messed up, and I thought the fight. This is what I told people yesterday. Is like just me personally. It's crazy because I'm the one who missed weight in this situation, but like
Yeah.
me personally, if the roles were reversed, just off principle, I wouldn't have taken the fight. So credit to them. Shout out to Randy. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But with that being said, what happened happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those people that kind of like sits on it too much. It's like, you take away what you need to learn, you know what I'm saying? You learn the lessons, you move on and, don't fucking do it again.
That's very interesting, though. So you think that was an egregious enough miss that, yeah, you would have said no?
Yeah, just off the principle of it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, especially like I said, knowing how hard my cuts are, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it would have been, maybe if it was like a cut where it's like it wasn't like the worst cut in the world and I just felt great, but it's like if I make weight, you know what I'm saying, you got to make weight too. You know what I'm saying? So
Totally,
it's
totally.
it's one of those things. But yeah, no, shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy the fight went through. You know what I'm saying? We got the dub, and
Yes.
we're gonna keep on going.
Okay, so with that said, let's get back to you were right away. You were like, "Oh, it was a tough fight, and there were lessons learned." And so, yeah, he's really, really, really good. And that's not to say that the people that you have fought before aren't good. But coming off the win over Kevin Doucette, you were over in France. You were rolling. Everything was, I don't want to say easier, but it was easier. It seemed to be. So what was your like inner monologue like in there with Randy? When did you kind of realize, oh snap, this is a tougher fight?
Well, it was what I would say is he was a little bit harder to hit than I thought he was going to be. And he was willing to engage in the clinch more than I thought he would be. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not the best way to win a fight. But with that being said, he probably engaged in the clinch just as much as I did. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just won the exchanges. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was just able to turn it around and put him up against the cage. Um, and so that was something, because he was hard to find, and then it's like I felt
Hmm.
like the moment I found him, it's like if I was able to get a combination off in range to actually hit him, then he would come in and clinch me, and it was just like I said, actually this camp 2 days after I took the fight, I like
Mhm.
popped my rib, you know what I'm saying, doing grappling.
Ooh.
So I actually didn't do any wrestling at all, like leading up to this camp. Like I did like some little sit-ups and stuff like that, but that was
Yeah.
like in my head, I was like, this isn't something I'm really gonna have to be like. This is Randy Brown. Like I need to make sure, like striking wise,
Yeah.
we got all those things. And so, just the fight went a different direction than I like kind of thought in general, but
Hmm.
once again, it's like that's the level we're at. Like Randy is like he's not ranked, but he's like a ranked quality person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the commentators put it, something that just like you don't think about. Like he has more wins in the UFC than I have professional fights. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Yeah.
the level that his brain is operating at. He's a very smart, very crafty guy. You know what I'm saying? And so it was cool. It was definitely a great experience. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of helps put into perspective, what I'm saying, what exactly the top tier feels like on game day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It does. So, how confident were you then when the decision was being read?
So as soon as the fight ended, I felt like I won. Like
Okay.
I won that fight. But with that being said, I knew like, that third round was like neither one of us really put a major stamp on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I
Yeah.
was like, it really that's one of those things I hate decisions because it's like, especially in a situation like that, you're like, okay, well, it just depends on whose cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got the judges
And
there,
it's
and you're
been a
like,
minute since you had a judge involved.
yeah, I really hate it. You know what I'm saying? It's very
Yeah.
anxiety inducing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like even
Yeah.
you could do everything right.
Right.
Like I haven't watched the Volkov Gone fight yet, but I heard that
Uh
that
huh.
was like an egregious one. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't have a personal opinion. But that's like the people are like yeah, yeah. I have to watch it myself. I have to
It
watch it
was just
myself. I have to,
it was a hard fight it was it was one of
yeah.
those fights where you're sort of like I don't know, not a lot happened all the time. I know a lot of people thought Volkov won that one. I think they were just really liking Volkov with the braids. I think they were just liking
He
like
did look cool though. He did look with
right.
the D pads and the braids. He looked cool. I feel
Totally.
like you're like,
He totally did. He totally did. Okay, so with all that said though, we know we've got welterweights in the main event this weekend. I'm going down to Tampa. We got Colby Covington up against Buckley here. We know that Shavkat beat Ian. That was a real close fight, though. Also a great fight. So, like, what do you think of the welterweight picture right now? And like, where now that you've beaten a guy like Randy, who you said he's not in the rankings, but if you can beat Randy, it proves that you really are on your way. So,
yeah.
what are you making of your position right now, and what are your hopes for the division?
Um, you know, it's just hopefully next year I can stay as active as I was able to stay
Mm-hmm.
this year, and the rest will take care of itself. Uh, like I personally, people going
Yeah.
crazy. I personally like the matchup with Carlos Prates. You know what I'm saying? I would love to
Ooh.
fight Carlos Prates in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, you know, um, a lot of people like that matchup. A lot of people are like, why in the world are you call Carlos Prates right now? But it's like, I just, you know what I'm saying? I like fucking watching.
That's
I
a
think
great
it'd be a
call out.
fun ass fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a
Mm-hmm.
banger. So, but with that being said, I'm not a picky guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to keep on going. I just want to keep on fighting people. I want to keep on getting wins and keep on climbing the ranks.
Hmm.
You
That
know,
would be
so,
a great fight because there's a lot of buzz on him and he's been tearing through people. I think that'd be a really exciting matchup, and it'd be fun to see both of you guys at this stage too, knowing like, oh, maybe we'd see them again too later on. Like, I like that. That's fun. All right, Mr. Battle. All right. So, what are your holiday plans then? Now that you're one of those guys who had to sort of work through some of the holiday stuff around Thanksgiving, but now you got Christmas coming up. So, what you gonna be doing?
well, I mean, spending time with the family, but I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, it's like we're gonna just have to get right back to work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, I'm just not allowed to enjoy holidays for as long as I'm a welterweight from now on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's just the new rule of thumb. But I'm looking forward to getting to spend some like real quality time with my kids, especially the last
Yeah.
couple months have been busy. It'll still be busy over the next couple months, but yeah, just getting that good quality family time.
Cool.
But uh we're still in that window. You know what I'm saying? While we're in
Yeah,
that window, we
yeah,
just gotta keep on working. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep it up and keep on getting better constantly.
yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, it's always exciting watching you fight. And yeah, there was a couple hiccups on this one, but I think you'll get it straightened out. And regardless of what happens beforehand, once you step into the octagon, you're always there to put on a show. And we always appreciate that, Bryan. So thank you so much and congrats on that win.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Bryan.